Just in time for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater confirmed to arrive at the Tokyo Game Show in a few weeks, Konami dropped Metal Gear Production Hotline Episode 2, which I have now watched, and I'm actually smarter because of that. We got some cool news on MGS Delta, Master Collection Volume 2, a whole ass cutscene from the game, which I will play in full at the end of the video, timecode right here, and I just had to throw in some theories I made up. Let's begin. The first thing of note is they show a graph detailing some feedback they received off of some playable demos of MGS Delta. If you don't know, there was a decently sized media event in London where a bunch of gaming news outlets got to play the Virtuous mission for the first time. So right up to the bridge scene. I should probably go over that first since we did get some new stuff. I won't talk about every image we got, like this one. Like, what can I say? It's just Snake looking super cool. There are 4 interesting pictures though. This one shows us the new quick swap camo. How I think this works is that you can save specific camo combinations that you can then use later. See how these are randomly together? I think they're player made. Also, we can see Snake's health bar and stamina, and what looks like maybe camos for guns. This one shows us our first look at the codec, being similarly streamlined. You can use them in gameplay now, and we can see the specific tuning to whatever frequency you want, and the secret healing radios over here that are saved for whenever you need them. For our first look at codec in action, it's the same as the original. I kinda wish this was gone entirely and we could call our teammates in gameplay, but maybe that wouldn't have worked or something. The final image is definitely the weirdest. And this is not a keratin frog, it's a gecko or something. But that's last week's news. Back to the data from earlier. The primary criticism is that the loading screens still remain in the remake. You know, that brief loading sequence in between every area, instead of the whole thing flowing together. I wanted this too, but after hearing their explanation for why the loading screens weren't removed, it makes a ton of sense. Because each area should really be treated as its own level. Interaction between 2 areas would be really hard, such as a guard hearing an explosion in one and coming to the other really messes up the level design. So I understand why it's still like this. The next portion is dedicated to how the original staff from Snake Eater will be credited, including Hideo Kojima. Fucking who? They mention how him and all the rest will appear in the credits at the start and end, just as in the original. However, instead of opening with a Hideo Kojima game, it says, based on Metal Gear Solid 3. They explain this by saying this isn't a Hideo Kojima game, so leaving that at the start would literally be incorrect. They're 100% right. He has nothing to do with Delta, so don't put that at the start. They also show us most of the first cutscene, which like I said earlier, I will play at the end of the video. Next is the Ask the Metal Gear Team segment. The first question is a really big one. When will it be released? And they don't answer. But that does basically confirm it's not coming out this year, proving wrong both the supposed leaked release date in November and also a PlayStation ad at the beginning of this year, showing off some 2024 games. Silent Hill 2 Remake is still releasing this year, however, so that'll be pretty cool. I guess. I don't know. I'm a fake fan, okay? The next question is another big one. When will Master Collection Volume 2 be released? They don't answer, but it's our first real confirmation that it's coming. Also, here's where my bulletproof theory comes in. So apparently in Japan, Metal Gear Rising was accidentally relisted before being taken down shortly after. Apparently the plan was to re-release this game in North America only, but what this says to me is that Rising will not be in the Master Collection Volume 2. If it was, why would they be relisting it instead of just exclusively selling it with the rest of Volume 2? I mean, I thought it would be on there, so for now our lineup is definitely MGS4, probably Peace Walker, and maybe Portable Ops or Twin Snakes. People bring up the Phantom Pain, but that game is in no need of saving. It's on everything, except for the Switch, which they'll probably just remaster it for like they will with Rising. The final thing in this entire video is them saying they'll be at the Tokyo Game Show from the 26th to the 29th. They show their booth, and we can clearly see a remake of the Calorie Mate ad on a wall. That's awesome. But, yeah, that's all for now. Konami's greatest ability right now is their open-mindedness and humility. Sometimes they don't give themselves enough credit, in my opinion. I thought they did a great job with the Master Collection Volume 1, but even in this video they say how the launch was rough and are working on it. Like, you kinda sound like a cuck. But it's definitely an upgrade from how they were before.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into 2, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.